Hi, welcome. Welcome to this week's Cool Chief episode. And we have Regina in the house again. Hi, Regina. How are you?
Hello, everybody. Thrilled to be here again.
Yes, this is our third episode together because we have gotten so many responses, positive responses from you amazing women out there that you really value the conversations that Regina and I have been having and all of the amazing information that she keeps just giving to us out of the kindness of her big heart. And I know that I'm very grateful because I learned so much from each one of these. And so the last couple, we talked a little bit last time about building a value ladder if you're a coach and how to create value as a coaching business. So what is sort of the yin and the yang to that, right? So the yang to that is if you're looking for a coach, right? There are so many coaches out there. There are spiritual coaches and life coaches and business coaches and career coaches. And how do we figure out what kind of coach we need? What are the questions we should be asking ourselves? What are the questions we should be asking of our coaches? But before we jump into that, and Regina reintroduces herself, just in case you haven't caught one of the two other ones, but if you want to, they are on the Cool Life website, so you can go out and catch those. They're definitely worth your time. But my name is Jack Perez, and I'm the CEO and founder of Cool Life. That's Cool Life, Kuellife. And Cool Life is an online platform and a curated shopping experience for women in midlife. I deal a lot with women entrepreneurs. I even have coaches available on the Cool Life platform, which is why I'm so interested in this topic of how to bring value to coaches and to those looking for coaches. So before we get into the meat of the conversation, Regina, can you reintroduce yourself to the audience?
Absolutely happy to. So, Regina Gulbinas, I've been a life and business strategist for over 17 years now, and so I have focused most of that time in helping companies reorganize anything up to 20 million, getting them back in financial profitability and success and setting them up for long-term success and financial profitability. And I have seen so much financial chaos come from just failure in a company on any size of any industry that I'm very passionate now to take everything that I've learned in almost 2 decades and bring it to the forefront and teach CEOs and teach entrepreneurs how to scale correctly to avoid the same mistakes that I've seen so many people make that actually cost them money, marriages, chaos, you name it, I've seen it. So just helping people scale is where my passion lies now.
And I can give you a first person account of, I mean, Regina's amazing. She has helped me figure out, a lot of my weaknesses and a lot of the things that I just, and I'm no dummy. I have an MBA from Chicago. It's not like I'm a dummy, but she brings so much value. So if you are looking for that, please reach out to Regina. But let's talk about what we were going to talk about today, which is if you are looking for a coach, how do you know which one to pick? How do you stay out of the potential problems of maybe, I don't mean to sound negative, but not everybody presents themselves what they're really like. And so maybe you pick somebody and you find out that they're not really qualified, or, I don't want to use the word scam, but sometimes that happens with coaching. So Regina, what have you seen out there? Because you are a business strategist, but you're a business coach. And so you really are in the trenches on this.
Well, I've heard them in some horror stories as well. Like I'm working with somebody right now who, the amazing lady who went to a seminar and it was very predatory. They basically signed her into a hard money loan so she can pay to get into the seminar, to this week, I think a week or a weekend long mastermind, which is like $10,000. That is horrific. It's very predatory. So if you come across people that are getting into financial distress, that's probably not the person you want to work with. So they immediately tell you how they operate. So if they immediately have no issues putting you into a bad position when you actually hired them to get you out of it, that's a red flag. So a lot of people, well, first and foremost, know exactly what you're looking for. Are you looking for a life coach or are you looking for a business coach? Now, extremely important to know the difference for two reasons. For one main reason, number one, and which is if you're looking for a life coach, it's very different than a business coach. A life coach is supposed to inspire you, ask you the right questions, get the brilliance out of you. They're supposed to guide you and lead you to the solution and allow you and hold the space for it and allow you to kind of come up with it, be inspired with it. So they're kind of helping you go through the baby steps. They take the baby steps and go through the process to help you achieve and realize your maximum potential. When it comes to business, it's not about them asking you a question. A business needs a strategist. You can't, I want to make sure I make this crystal clear and as beneficial as possible for everybody. Business needs a strategist because it's not about the person you hire asking you questions. When it comes to business, you're the one asking questions because you're the one looking for solutions.
That makes sense. So kind of what I'm hearing you say is that a life coach is somewhat akin to a therapist. They're not a therapist, but they're closer to a therapist than they are a business strategist, meaning
yes,
they're going to let you, they're not going to tell you who you are. They're not going to tell you what to do. They're going to try to guide you so that you can find your best self and have those aha discovery moments.
Mm-hmm.
But a business strategist like what you are, and I know that I've used you this way, I've come to you with a problem. I need to generate leads, Regina. How do I do that? And you have asked me questions, are you doing this? Are you doing that? What's your list on? What have you tried? But then you've turned around and said, here's what you do. Step one, step two, which is very different. You're right. So
it is very different also because think about it. If you're looking to grow a business, if you had the answers to the questions I would ask you as a life coach, you wouldn't need me, right? So the reason you need somebody in your business is to actually guide you and tell you what to do. So the shortest distance to understand what I'm saying is that a life strategist, they ask you questions. A business strategist, you ask them questions and they give you the solution. Reverse. Okay. Now, another thing that I'm seeing people really make a mistake on is look for the cheaper one. Now, you have to be crystal clear on the fact that whether it's a life coach, a health coach, whatever, fill in the blank coach, mentor, strategist, I don't care which area of your life or your business, you have to understand that it's an investment. It is not an expense. The reason is that the right coach, the right strategist, the right consultant will help you make 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 times more than they actually cost you. And as a CEO, you should be able to measure everything in your business. If you can measure it, there's a hole, there are just holes in the process. So you need to understand that they're an investment. And a lot of people look for the cheapest, huge mistake. Cheapest can cost you and most likely will cost you a lot of more in the end, because bad advice, especially in business and in life, look, we can really screw up our lives. I've done it myself too, like we're brilliant at it. So can you imagine adding the wrong life coach to the mix? So you guys collectively go down the wrong path. I mean, this can really be catastrophic failure for many people.
Yeah. Okay. Right. But you earlier, you first started off with be careful of predatory behavior, which is different than go for the cheapest. I mean, there's a difference, right? I mean, and I think that any good person in whatever they do, they're not going to be the cheapest option. Chances are. I mean, there is that adage that says you get what you pay for, right? And so if it's not costing you much, you're probably not getting much value, is my guess, right?
Absolutely. Now, the coaching is not supposed to be cheap, but here's why. When people need to feel like that they have skin in the game, we all know the more we pay, the more we take care of it. It's a mentality. If you buy I'm going to use, because this is a female community, I'm going to use an example of a handbag. A handbag for $50 is going to get a much different care than a handbag for $5,000. You have it on a shelf, you have it in a bag, you have it in a duster, you've got it. $50, it's somewhere God knows where you can never find it because it's all over the place. Right. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
If you have skin in the game, you're more motivated and you're more inspired to actually show up every day. Now, to add to the predatory behavior, a few other things, and I want to forget that's why I'm kind of jumping in with that really quickly, is I've heard people tell me my coach is making me feel inadequate, whether it's a business strategist or a coach. That's a big no-no. Whoever is guiding you, whether it's business, health, life, relationship, I don't care what it is, Their ultimate job is to inspire you to be the best you in life, the best you as a partner, the best you as a wife, the best you as a CEO, the best you fill in the blank. Their job is to inspire you. So if people, I've heard people actually tell me, my coach is putting me down, they're making me feel stupid.
That is
That's a no-no.
insane to me. That, I mean, so I wouldn't do that. Coach, I'm not a coach, but that is not how I treat people, period. I mean, if someone
Absolutely.
comes to me with a problem or a question, or they need my help, and if I'm an expert at that particular, whatever that is, whatever they're asking me for help with, my job isn't to belittle them and put them in a position where they feel bad about themselves. That does, nobody wins. And I can't imagine a coach doing that. That just seems
Absolutely.
so counterintuitive. Yes, ladies, if your coach is making you feel ashamed of yourself, stop paying them.
Absolutely. I've heard people say they make me feel inadequate, they make me feel stupid, they make me feel like I don't know what I'm doing. And the truth is, if you're coming from a coach to a coach, you probably don't know what you're doing, but there's a way to handle people, right? There's a way. But here, people always ask me, how do you really know if it's the right coach? And it's a very easy tell. With everything I've said, it's an easy tell. The right coach will ask you the right questions. I will give you an example.
Please.
I was talking to a new client a few months ago before she signed up. We had a strategy call. And after she was done, it's as a business strategist, she's got a 2-location facility. We're taking it from local to national. So before she signed up our strategy call, she said, I was asking her all these questions. She goes, I've talked to so many business strategists. Nobody's asking me the things you're asking me. She goes, you're asking me things that are actually business related. So you can tell if you're looking for a coach, especially in business, look at what they're asking you. If they're only focused on mindset, it's fantastic. But mindset without strategy, how can you possibly make any money? You got to have both sides of it. So just like in a personal relationship, we interact with people we connect with because they inspire us. They make us think. They make us feel. They make us love. They make us, you fill in the blank, they make us. Your coach is supposed to do the same. So if you're not getting you're not hearing the right questions that actually make your brain work, doesn't get the wheels turning, they're probably not going to be a good guidance for you, because ultimately you bring somebody on board in your life or in your business because you genuinely want to evolve and step up to the next level. You want to become the next version of you, or take the next your business to the next level. And you have to have the right guidance. You just must. It's very profitable when you do.
Yes, and I think you hit a really good point there, is that if they're not asking you questions that are provoking you to think and provoking you to question what you're currently doing, and already giving you a sort of a glimpse as to how you can do things differently, and what the benefit of doing, why it's beneficial to change your current behavior, then that is a good tell, right? I mean, if it's a life coach and they're not asking you questions like, how do you feel about whatever it is that you brought up, or how are you, what have you tried in the past, or what has failed, what has succeeded in your opinion, or the business, like the more specific questions. And I'm not even going to pretend to ask those questions because you're the expert, not me. But right. I mean, when you ask me questions, and I can attest to this from working with you, your questions are thought provoking, and they also incite me to take action, which I think is another, I think, valuable point, that if the coach isn't giving you the impetus to take action and feel good about it, then that's probably not a good fit either.
Absolutely. And also another point to look for, a lot of people that are new in the space of looking for a coach, if you ladies are new into saying, I need a coach, and you're kind of in the beginning stages, you've never had one, a lot of people are looking for somebody who's certified. I can tell you right now, I have most respect for somebody that get certified. It is not a cheap process. It costs thousands of dollars. After 17 years of what I do, I went through the process and paid an arm and a leg just to understand what it's like. I don't need it. I've done this for 20 years, but I wanted to know what everybody's going through. So I really put some skin in the game. So I really walk the walk and that I inspire people to do. But certified, I don't want to take away from people that are certified, but certified does not mean qualified. So if your only goal is to get somebody who's certified, you may not end up with the best person, because certification takes 6 months. Again, I respect everybody who's gone through certification, but you have to be able to, if certification is really where you kind of a hill to die in for you, fantastic, fine. Find somebody who's certified, but make sure they have a few years behind them, because you cannot learn in 6 months really how to navigate somebody's life. Maybe a health coach, an exercise coach, something like that may be easier, but to actually scale a business, you need more than 6 months of once a week phone calls with with the trainer who's getting you through the process. Look for people who have experience. Certified does not always mean qualified.
So what, in your opinion, is the minimum experience that someone should have? Because I think with coaching, you know how, like, I was a consultant for years. And so whenever I went to, get a new client or whatnot, I had a list of references. I had a list of clients, either ongoing clients or past clients that would talk to them. But I don't know if you can really, it doesn't work that way so much with coaching, because a lot of coaching is confidential and people don't want the world to know they're being coached. So you don't get the benefit of being able to ask for, a list of previous clients or current clients. So in your opinion, what is sort of a good benchmark for the minimum amount of months or years that they should be in the game, so to speak?
I don't know if there is a benchmark, because I've met absolutely brilliant people who carry the gift of God to serve people, and they just naturally can guide anybody to their highest potential. And I've met people that are 15, 20, 30 years into the game and can make $1 of their life dependent on it. So I don't know. It's not a hard line to say after 5 years you're qualified.
Okay.
But the biggest thing I think is that, well, actually a couple. Number one, like I said, pay attention to what they're asking you. If they're only selling you, they're never going to be qualified. Even because, I'll tell you why, even if they have that know-how behind it, if their only agenda to sell it, they're never going to care about you, your business, and your life. Okay. Really care about it, because they're only about the dollar, not about the person. That's very dangerous. You don't want somebody who's only focusing on the dollar. I've done a ton of strategy calls, and I'll go through the call and sometimes not even offer to work with a client, because I may not think it's a good fit. And I don't want to work with people, and I don't want them to work with me, because if I'm not feeling it's not a good fit, they're probably feeling the same way, and that's okay. And I'll direct them somewhere else. Or I'll say, maybe let me help you find somebody, which is okay as well. So that's integrity. So see what people, listen to people. Just like coach is supposed to listen to you, listen to the coach. Okay. If they're just a hard sell, nothing else, they're probably not going to care as much.
Okay.
You have to feel from somebody when you talk to them a level of integrity and a level of compassion and passion towards your vision and your mission. And like I said, I've met people who've been in the game a long time. They do nothing but talk, and there is no really hard evidence to back up what they think they can do. And I've met people that are new to the game, and they're so passionate that even if they don't have the answer, they will find it, because your success means the world to them. That is who you want on your side.
Okay. So we're getting near the end. So I know we always have a wonderful downloadable additional information. So we will put, it's an ebook, yes?
Yes, it's going to be an ebook for you ladies, and we're going to cover kind of the positive, the negatives, what to look for, and the positives, what to look for. I'm going to have a much, you can download this with the video, and it's going to be a much longer list. We're just keeping this short, tight, and concise for you, but it's going to be much more information for you, what to look for when you're hiring a business coach, a health coach, a business strategist, a life coach. So we're going to have all of the do's and don'ts for you, just to make sure that as you step into the new year, you have a good guideline and you can find exactly what your life and business needs.
Right. So if your mission as you enter 2020 in the new decade is to get some coaching, you'll be prepared when you're starting to interview coaches and look for them. You can download this ebook. The URL will be in the description as well as in the comments below. And, I'll make it accessible, easy for you to download. Regina, thank you so much. And ladies, we will be back next month with some additional inputs into how to grow your coaching business. Now, if you're I know we're flip-flopping, right? Last time it was for coaches. This time it's how to find a coach. We're back to you coaches next month with more details on how to grow your coaching business. And Regina's got some amazing things to share. So until then, and oh, it was so wonderful. It's always so wonderful to hang out with you and see your beautiful face, Regina. I'm so happy.
Thank you. Same here. And I love being of service and providing value to all of you. I mean, this has been very successful the last 2 times we did this, and amazing feedback. And ladies, by the way, your feedback is what drives us to come back with more and more and more value. So tell us, message us, put in the comments, any additional things you'd like for us to discuss and provide downloadable instructional PDFs for you. Please tell us. We're happy to put the trainings together specifically for your needs, because this is why we're here.
Absolutely. All right. Well, until next time, Regina, I'll talk to you soon, sweetheart. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.